Yo, what's up, guys?
Hey, everyone.
We are back.
We are back.
Man, it just feels like it has been like 2 years since we have done something like
It's
this.
been a hot minute. I will have to
has.
admit that for sure. So,
Yes.
but we're very back. And
we are very back and in our normal space,
normal
right?
space, and we love to be back in our normal space. There was a lot of stuff going on that had
Yes.
prevented us from being in here, but hey, you know what? We're here. We're back, and we're so excited that you guys have all tuned in for another episode of our Resurgence podcast.
Yes.
And just to kind of rewind for people who are new to the podcast,
Yep.
my name is Scott.
My name is Jaden.
And I am with the Move Group here in Sioux Falls. I do real estate. I'm a real estate broker.
And I'm a pastor here in Sioux Falls at a church plant. And so we've been going through some wild, crazy stuff
Yes.
that we'll fill you in on.
Yeah, I'm excited
this
about
next
that.
episode.
Jaden has
So,
been involved in kind of enthralled in a lot of stuff that's been happening in his world, hence why, kind of the sabbatical or whatever you want to say.
Call it a sabbatical.
Right. And there's been a lot of stuff happening. We're really excited about those, and we're going to hear about that in our next episode. But this episode, we're going to really kind of focus on real estate a little bit.
I'm excited to kind of hear more about your world a little bit.
Exactly.
I'm not sure if we know how to do this.
I don't know.
We're going to give it our best
right,
shot.
exactly. We're kind of new again. It's so we don't know what's going to happen, but we're gonna find out.
Yes.
And with the real estate side of things, we're kind of delving into what I love, and that's numbers. That's how are we doing? How's the market look? Kind of taking that temperature. No pun intended, since we're here in July and it's 150 degrees outside. But hey, you know what? We're taking the temperature of real estate and kind of going through the numbers and want to share those with you a little bit.
I love that. Well, before we jump into that conversation, we love to start with an icebreaker. So just something real lighthearted, Scott.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of curious, what's been the highlight of your summer so far, as it's been a little bit since we've last chatted.
It's been a little bit, and summer is I love summer. I'm one of those guys that maybe we talked about this before, but I love summer and I love heat. I love when it's nice and hot. My wife and I go back and forth about she would rather be she would rather be cold, and I would rather be hot.
Gotcha.
So because when it's hot outside, you can always go in the air conditioning, cool off, and it's all great. And it's outside, it's beautiful. The tree, everything's green, and the sun, blah, 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 blah. In the wintertime, when you're cold, you're cold, and you just, no matter what you do, you cannot get warm. And I hate that. So I love summer. So the highlight of our summer is we did an amazing trip over the 4th of July weekend.
Cool.
And we are big baseball fans, particularly the Atlanta Braves. We took a family trip, drove the family down to Atlanta, and we spent a weekend in Atlanta, saw 3 baseball games.
How fun.
Oh my gosh, it's something it's been a bucket list of mine since I was a kid. My dad and I were huge Braves fans, and my family has kind of adopted that. And you know what? We've done all of the activities for the kids. With my middle son, he played basketball, soccer, football, all of that stuff. My daughter was in competitive cheer. My oldest did tennis. So throughout their life, we did all of their activities.
You took the back seat.
We took the back seat to all of it. And I'm like, okay, you know what? All of that's done.
Yes.
And before we do anything else, I'm going to Atlanta for a weekend series. I don't care if you guys come along or not. If you don't want to go, I'm going. And they jumped on board, and I'm telling you what, we had so much fun. It was a riot. Cool. We're not going to talk about the fact that they didn't win any of the games that we were there, but yes, we were. And we had such an amazing time. The fireworks show on Friday night was amazing. The concert it was kind of awesome. There was a concert Saturday night, and it's kind of near and dear to you and me, Chris Tomlin.
Yeah. Wow.
Amazing. It was such an amazing time.
The goat of Christian music.
Right, exactly. It was so cool. So then we got Sunday, and then we did some hangout in Atlanta. Just got some real fun family time.
Cool.
And just a lot of windshield time, a lot of conversation in the car. It was amazing. So
That's
that
awesome,
was our
man.
deal. So what about you? I know you've got some amazing news and what you've been going up to. So
yes, there has been a lot rolling this summer. One of the biggest things, Anna and I found out we were pregnant with baby number 2 is on the way.
Baby number
and so, 2. We got a 1-year-old at home. His name's Oakland.
Yep.
so much fun. We finally felt like we got out of the baby stage a little bit, as he's maybe looks like a toddler a little bit, but walking, he's saying some words, and then it's like we're pregnant all over again. Amazing. And I'm like, oh man, I gotta prep myself mentally again to get into the newborn stage.
No, it's gotta refocus back.
Yes, the sleepless nights.
Yes, the days.
We're very pumped. Due date's December 31st.
Gosh, that's awesome.
So we're gonna ring in the New Year.
Right,
in the hospital.
You're gonna be on TV. You're gonna be one of the. Here's the first New Year 2026 newborn of the year. Yes. So, that's so. Congratulations! That's so great. That is so awesome. I didn't know that. In fact, Cade, my middle son, is one that told me we were on vacation. I'm like, what? Yes. It's really been that long since Jade and I have been together?
I know. That's what happens, Scott. I guess when we are disconnected for a month.
Right. Hey, you go have a baby. So, hey. I love it. Oh, my gosh. That's awesome. So, congratulations to you and Anna. Anna, congratulations. We love you. Yes. And little Oakland's going to have a baby brother or sister. Before too long. It's gonna be cool, man. He's that's so cool.
I was talking to some friends of ours, and I said, well, since we named the first one Oakland, I said the second one should be Raider, so then we can,
Oakland Raider. Raider. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Just to carry on.
That would be I don't. And Anna, no.
We'll figure out something.
She will put the next to that idea. So
well, fill us in, Scott. Catch us up a little bit on real estate. Yes. We're halfway through the year. What's going on?
It's amazing. I cannot believe that we hit 4th of July weekend, and it seems like the summer just kind of goes right downhill. But man, we're halfway through the year, which we start looking at when you're in real estate. It's like, okay, where do we compare from last year to this year? And I can go all the way back to many years, but looking at what our numbers were through midway point last year, I'm looking at single family homes that have listed, that have sold, kind of average pricing, kind of where the market is. And what I've found is for example, in 2024, the same time frame of 2024, the total listings in 2024 was right around 1,688. Okay. And that was single family homes. In the same time frame during 2025, we were up to 1,942. So there's quite there's a nice little growth there. It's not over and it's not down, but we're seeing some nice growth. Now, the total sold listings in 2024, we were right at 1,013 single family homes that sold during this particular period in 2024. In 2025, we're up just a little bit to 1,027, which means that during those years of 2021, 22, those years of really, we saw that real major spike. I think it's letting us know that the market is leveling to probably what the normal kind of growth typically was before. Sure. Those real big years of 20, 21, 22, and 23, kind of in there. So I think we're seeing some things leveling off. At least there's growth. We're not dipping down below. The average list price of a home in 2024 was right around 400,587-ish. Okay. Give or take some change in there. And the same time frame in 2025, it's 395,754. Okay. Wow. So I mean, it's not a major decrease in home value as far as the average list price. The average sold price of those is right around 396, 461 in 24, and it's right around 391, 550 in 2025. So they're within a few percentage points. So nothing to be really concerned about. So if people are looking at wanting to sell, it's not like we dropped in an average list price of 400 to a depreciating value of, let's say, 350, 340, which would have been probably a red flag or a major concern. Yeah. We're right there where we have been. So we're a lot of consistency. Cool. Our average days on the market for homes that were listed and sold was right around 78 days in 2024. In 2025, the same time frame, we're right around 81. Okay. So again, we are very, very consistent and nothing to be real concerned about. I really anticipate the second half of 2025 to be probably just as strong. Cool. So I'm really encouraged. There isn't anything that tells me that we are going to be in a, in a decline come the rest of the year. I think we're still going to see our progression up.
Gotcha.
So I'm really looking forward to the rest of 2025. So
awesome.
Yeah.
What do you think is what's the thing you're most excited about from July 14th through the end of the year?
From July 14th to now, the end of the year is not, we see a softening of the market right around the middle of June to right about this time in July, just because summer is in high gear. People are in vacation mode.
Yeah.
And now, since kind of that's getting done with, people are now into, the mindset of, if I'm going to do something, and we kind of maybe had it in our mind that we want to be in a new home by fall, maybe by the time school starts or whatever.
Yep.
And so I'm really encouraged by the activity that's going to be happening and come up here in the rest of the year. So encourage people that have been maybe sitting on the fence of wanting to get their house on the market and get sold. This is really kind of the time to vamp that up. So I'm excited about that. Interest rates, it's really been hard to predict what that's going to do. We've seen, kind of a little bit of a roller coaster. We hit a low, probably high, maybe 6 3/8, 6 5/8 toward the end of maybe June, middle of June. It kind of popped back up to around 7. And we just, I don't know. I think from the projections and the things that I've heard from kind of the prognosticators when it comes to forecasting those interest rates, they still are telling us that by fall, they're going to be in an area that is going to be really, conducive for people to move. I don't know what that means, conduciveness.
Yeah.
Is that 5 1/8? Is that 5 3/8? Is that 6 1/2? What that looks like? I'm just not quite sure. But they're telling us that we could see a drop, and so again, another thing to kind of look forward to.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I know last week we were planning some stuff for the podcast, and then you texted me and said, "Hey, I'm working on an offer," which was awesome. I'm like, "Hey, that's a good sign."
Yeah, exactly.
Like, by all means, man, that's what you're there for.
Yeah,
it
started to get really busy. Yeah, there's an uptick in activity, which is what we typically see around this time of year. So
cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, anything else that you feel like we need to share about real estate stuff?
Hey, you know what? Again, if you are one that's looking to get the home on the market, really, really, really contemplate it and call me, because I really need I really need your home if it's one that you're looking to sell, because there's a lot of activity, there's a lot of buyers out there that are looking in not just one particular price range. I mean, it really is kind of cross board what everybody's looking at. So if you got something that you're needing to get moved or wanting to get moved and get into something else, please give me a call, let me know.
Yeah.
I'd be more than happy to help you. So,
cool.
Yeah.
What's the best way to get a hold of you?
Get a hold of me at my my office line is 605-929-6753. We'll pop it up here. You can get a hold of me at my email. All that's there. Scott@themovegroup.com. Check us out on our website. Check out our Facebook. Really, there's multiple different ways to get a hold of us, and we'd be more than happy to help out.
Okay.
So,
Sweet.
Cool.
Awesome. Well, thanks for the update. And we just wanted to kind of keep you up to date.
Yes.
I know it's been a crazy summer for us. But really, really grateful that you kind of shared some stats with us and kind of where you guys are headed for the rest of the year.
Yeah, we're really excited. And as we always do with our podcast, those of that maybe have checked out, maybe are checking back in, or new people that are coming in, we are really focused on our faith, our family, our finances, our real estate, everything to do with what we do on a daily basis. And faith is a big part of the way that we like to do things at the Move Group. And I know, with the way that you are when it comes to your faith and your spirituality, and Jaden is just a wealth of, a wealth of encouragement and just love his heart. But we really like to focus and lean in on faith, building relationships and things like that. So one of the things that we do at the end of each podcast is we do offer up prayer to people. So if there's anything that you need prayer for, if there's any comments that you have, follow us, put it in the comment section. Our YouTube channel will have all that there, but we'd love to pray for you if there's anything that you need. So we're going to go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
So Jaden,
awesome.
if you want to pray for us,
let's
thank
do
you.
it. Yeah, God, grateful for this opportunity just to connect, catch people up, have a conversation with Scott again. Just great to see him, and hear about the fun activities he's been up to this summer, God. We know that we're all over the place. We're doing a bunch of different things, but God, grateful that your Spirit goes with us wherever we go. Your Spirit has gone ahead of us. It is all around us. And so even as we sit here, we know your Spirit is present as we head out on vacation, as trips, as we, Scott's in and out of homes and dealing with church stuff. God, your Spirit is there present with all of that. And so we're grateful for that, and grateful for this time, Lord, and be with us. And we love you. In my prayer. Amen.
Amen. See you next time.
Awesome. Later.